live. We
So,
live, man.
so
Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, the background is there. Nessa, I see you. Fourth wall, I see you. So you say you don't hear the background, correct?
no,
Okay. Fourth wall, what's up? Nessa, how you doing? What's up? All right. So let me go ahead and put the question up really quick. We're gonna start off with this bad boy right here. There we go. All right, perfect, perfect, perfect. We're gonna give people a couple minutes to come on in.
most definitely.
But yeah, right now everything is sitting right. How do you find your purpose? Appreciate y'all tonight jumping on with me to have this discussion.
Let's see.
Give people a couple minutes to come on in. Might as well start by breaking the ice. From a health and wellness perspective, I think a lot of these topics kind of get left out of mainstream. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like when you talk about purpose, when you talk about spiritual health, anything of that nature, I believe that when it comes to mainstream fitness, it's almost like it's not even it don't even exist for the most part. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
So I think it's very cool to be able to come, chop it up with you, chop it up with others that may call in, and really, really, break this stuff down, talk about it. We may ruffle some feathers, we may not, but hopefully everyone leaves with understanding about the topic. You know what I mean?
yeah.
That's the main thing. So let me just put a thing in Discord just to let everybody know
hmm
that we're on, and then after that we're gonna shoot, bro.
Yes, sir.
Fourth wall says, "Is that your nephew?" It is. It is, bro. All right, let me see. I'm gonna put that in Discord. Let everyone know that we're live, and then we gonna go for what we know, bro. All right. But how you feeling today? First of all, man, how you feeling today, bro?
Yeah, I'm feeling good, man. Just been resting, reading some
Yeah.
books.
Oh yeah, that's what's up, man. That's
Yeah,
awesome, bro. That's
feeding my
awesome.
brain.
That's awesome, bro. That's real, real good. So without further ado, man, I already put it in there that we live. Shout it to everyone. So let's rock and roll. Okay, we're gonna rock and roll. Fourth wall, he is in Discord. SLH, what up, man? Yeah, he is in Discord, bro. So by the way, guys, just so you know, this is a live call-in show. You can either hit the link in the description. I put the link in the description so you can come up
hmm
and talk with us, or you can hit the link in Discord. All right. So that is totally up to you. But without further ado, man, we're gonna hit it off with our first topic. How do you find your purpose? How do you find your purpose? First and foremost, brother, what would you say? What is purpose? What is purpose? What would
What
you
is
say purpose
purpose?
is? Mhm.
I
I
believe
know.
that purpose is like, I believe purpose, for one, is subjective to each individual based
Mhm,
off, right? Like their drives, right? What do
mhm,
they love, right?
mhm.
What are they good, what are they good at? What are they interested in? What do they seem passionate about? So I want to start off by saying that I'm a believer that your purpose is tied into something that you're passionate about. Nobody has to force you to do it. Nobody has to try to um you know, push you to do it is something. It's usually something that you're passionate about. I can give you an example. You are very
Mhm.
passionate about fitness, health, and wellness, right? Nobody has
Right.
to push you to do those things, or hey, well, you need to go to the gym. No, that is something that it drives you, it keeps you going, it's a part of your discipline and your routine.
Right.
So
Right.
purpose, I believe purpose is what a person is called to do, um that what a person is called to do that has a
Mhm.
personal connection with themselves.
Got you. Got you. So, would you say that purpose is tangible, or would you say that there's intangible components to purpose?
There's
What's
mostly
up, Alex?
intangible components.
Hmm.
Mostly purpose has intangible components.
Right.
Um, and the reason I say that is because purpose takes discipline, which is intangible.
Right. Right. Right.
Purpose can be a motivator, which is intangible. Purpose takes work, right? Dedication,
Yeah. Hmm.
which are intangible components. Now, does purpose have tangible components?
Right.
Maybe if maybe measurables, depending on what your purpose is, right?
Hmm.
How many people you're able to reach, how many people you're able to help, how many times you're able to give back. I guess if you look at it from an empirical standpoint, I think
Hmm.
purpose has, you know, tangibles as it pertains to results, measurables, right?
Got you. Got you.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool, man. I love that response.
Yeah.
So, are you saying that purpose? Because I know you were saying that. Let me cut this thing off. I know you were saying that purpose. No one has to remind you of it. Nobody
Yeah.
has to make you do it per se, right?
Hmm.
So, would you say that when it comes to the intangibles about purpose, because remember the question is how do you find it, right?
Yes.
There's a lot of people that do a lot of different things. We exercise. What's up, Alessandra? How you feeling? We exercise. Some of us are religious. Some people hold to different a different moral code than me and you may hold to. Some
Yes.
people believe in raising a family a certain way. Some people believe that uh, diet, nutrition is the purpose. We should just live, eat well,
Uh-huh.
work out, and we good. So when we talk about all that, um, how or why is purpose even necessary in the first place? Why is it necessary? Because why not just do all the things that we just said? Why not just eat good, exercise, be nice to your family, love your family, and you're good, right? Why is it even necessary to find out a purpose? Why is it necessary?
And that was a awesome explanation, and you bring up a great point, because then we could even take it a couple steps further back and say, you know, like when you ask the question, how do you find purpose, right?
Hmm.
Are we assuming that everyone wants to find purpose? Because we can assume that there's people, right, that exist. They just rather instruction. Just give me
Hmm.
instruction. I don't want to invent. I don't want to innovate. I don't
Hmm.
want to seek out anything except for completing tasks and objectives, right? So some
Hmm.
people, they're not really concerned with purpose. They are more, how do I get this done? Right? I want to get this bod. I want to have a healthy body. Here, let me just go to YouTube and follow the steps that this random weightlifter has, right? I want
Right, right,
to be a realtor or investment. Let me just search this up and follow these steps to get those results, right?
right, right.
Right. So not everybody is even seeking out, right? How do I make my mark on this earth while I'm here? Right?
Mm,
On a universal moral code, right? How do
yeah.
I make my mark? How do I leave a legacy, right? How do I want to be remembered? Some people don't think
Hmm.
about life like that. Some people think
Right.
about life like I'm here, I'm existing as an individual. I need
Hmm.
to follow certain steps to accomplish these certain goals, right?
Mm,
And that's the way I'm going to take it. So even when you ask how do you find your purpose, I don't even
uh-huh.
think everybody is on the same wavelength as us when it comes to, searching out our purpose. Some people would argue, well, well, grow game, well, coach, I'm
Hmm.
not really concerned with finding my purpose. I
Got you.
rather just follow directions as they're given to me, and let the results speak for themselves.
Mm, I got you. I got you.
Yeah.
All right. So I like what you said. You said that some people are not concerned with purpose.
Mm-mm.
And in my opinion, you can correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes.
Alessandra said, let me just read this comment.
Uh-huh.
Alessandra said, I'm good. Thank you. Just got done with a little cardio workout. How are you doing, King? I'm doing pretty good. Thank you for asking. I'm doing pretty good. Good to see you in here. We just
Yeah.
talking about some topics here on this show. But by the way, if anybody has anything to add to what we're talking about, you could hit the link in the description and you can come on up and talk with us. Okay. So when you say some people don't even care about purpose, right? Um, it's almost like this, right? You cannot care about the speed limit, but it
Hmm.
doesn't mean the speed limit doesn't affect you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you could literally not care about being overweight.
Yeah.
You feel me? You could be like, oh, I don't care about being overweight, big deal. But being overweight still affects you.
Hmm. That is
So
true.
even if a person is saying that, hey, I don't care about purpose, I'm just trying to live life,
Yeah.
I feel like if there's a such thing as purpose, it can still affect you.
Yes.
Because if it's why you're supposed to be doing something or if it's why you're here, then it definitely affects you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That is true.
So, Raphael, what's good, brother? How you doing, man? So for me, I think that when we talk about purpose, the question would be let's ask the people in the audience,
Hmm.
do you think purpose matters? If you think purpose matters, type a one in the comments. If you don't think purpose matters, type a two in the comments. If you think purpose matters, type a one in the comments. If you don't think purpose matters, type a two in the comments. All right. Because I want to see what people think in terms of purpose in the first place. And
Mm.
we've concluded that purpose is really what you do and why you do. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? What you do and why you do. Okay. I believe that too. So I'm gonna drop a one in there too. All right. What you do and why you do. So far,
Hmm.
everybody believes that purpose is essential. Okay.
Hmm.
One, purpose definitely matters. If you do something just for the sake of doing it, you won't get results. You're right about that, Alessandra. What do you think about when it comes to purpose in this world? Can they be, let me see if I could word this correctly. Can purpose in this world, can it be, what would intangible purpose look like? What would something intangible that is your purpose, what would that look like? If you could help me out.
Mm, 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 mm. I mean, for the sake of example, could you say like someone's purpose is my purpose is just to be a kinder person to people. I just want to be that kind person that, you know what I'm saying, that reminds people that there's still good humans on earth, right?
Got you.
That's something that's intangible, right? You just being kind, that's just like your attitude,
Right,
how you
right.
present yourself, stuff like that.
Okay. So you would say that being a kind person is your purpose, or you're saying that that could be something that's intangible?
That's something that can be intangible.
Okay. So being kind to someone, is that purpose in and of itself? Is that purpose? Because anybody can be
Be,
kind.
being kind to people, but then that begs the question: what
What is
if
kindness?
if we're questioning, can being kind to people be someone's purpose? then it goes back to what we were discussing before, that your purpose is subjective, right?
Okay.
So what the purpose is to Coach Will may be a different purpose for Raphael, for Fourth Wall, for Alexandria, because it's all about, like what Alexandria said, it's about what drives you, right? What drives you? What gets you up in the morning and say, I gotta do these things because this is a part of my purpose. This is where I
Right.
feel fulfillment, right? This is how I feel fulfilled, right? So if I
Okay.
have to get up every morning, right, make my coffee, make my breakfast, and make sure that I am treating everybody who walks past me like golden, I feel that drives me. I feel fulfilled. So
Okay.
this, I guess, it just depends on the situation. Excuse me.
Okay.
There's a lot of factors that go into it, right? What you're passionate about, how you were
Hmm.
raised, right? What your
Hmm.
beliefs are, what your moral code is, right? What are you consuming through your eyes, through your ears, right? Like, so it's so much things that can culminate for some people to
Okay.
have different purposes, which is pretty cool when I think
Okay.
about it.
Well, I'm about to ask the
Hmm.
banger because what you just said all made sense to me. Let's hit it and get it. How do you find it?
Mm,
How do you find it? By the way, Alexandra, if you want, you can come up. Just hit the link in the description.
I was just about to say that I might need Raphael or Alexandria help with this one.
Yeah, come on up, yo. This is for the people, man. Come on up and chat with us. How do you find it, guys? Let me ask y'all. Let me ask the chat. Chat, how do you find your purpose, y'all? Right? How do you find it? Because this is the thing, right? I believe, this is my belief.
Mhm.
If people knew their purpose, I believe there would be less crime. I believe that there would be less depression. I believe that there would be healthier relationships. I believe that not only will you have all three of those components, but you would have a healthier society overall if people knew what to do and why to do it. You understand what I'm saying?
That's true.
If you know what to do, then guess what? You're driven. There's something pointing you in a direction that is going forward. That's
Hmm.
purpose. But if you don't know what to do and you don't know why to do it, you will find things that are unpurposeful, in my opinion. It starts as finding something you love to do, find out what you're good at. Fourth wall. I like that. Oh, okay, I got you. I got you, Alexander. Fourth wall. I like what you're saying. Um, but let me ask you this. Fourth wall, if purpose is only what you like to do or what you're good at, what if there's an external force? Like let's insert God here, right? What if there's an external force that has other things for you to do, but what if you don't like to do them? Like I believe that there could be things that you are good at and that are helpful to society that you may not enjoy doing right off the bat because it makes you uncomfortable. And then
Hmm.
over time, you're like, oh my goodness, this is exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. It was uncomfortable at first, but now I'm doing it. Now I see how it's benefiting the world, et cetera, et cetera. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I
I
think
understand.
I think if you just find what you're good at, I think that you will limit what your purpose could really be because you'll only be looking for things that make you happy. And you and I both know happiness changes over time.
Yeah.
Like the things that make you happy right now may not make you happy tomorrow. That's how fickle the human mind is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to put purpose only on what I like to do because in that case, what I like to do continuously changes. So how can that be my purpose if it's always changing? You know what I'm saying? Like I don't
Yeah.
think purpose can be tied to feelings, guys. I really don't.
Mm.
And by the
Yeah.
way, people can come up and chat with me. I'm a friendly guy.
Mhm.
I don't think purpose can be attached to your emotions and to your feelings because emotions and feelings change like underwear
Yeah.
for those that change them regularly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
They change all the time.
Yeah.
You You know what I'm saying? So I think when purpose becomes how I feel, I think it's more emotion driven and not purpose driven.
Mm.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think that
Mm.
that's the distinction that we have to make. Is it purpose or is it emotion? Emotions always change. Purpose is locked in. You may pivot the activity, but
Yeah.
the purpose is still there. Activity and purpose are two different things, in my opinion.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? They can be the
Mm.
same, but they're two different things because I'm doing, excuse me, an activity. All activities are not tied into my purpose. You follow what I'm
Sure.
saying? Some
Yeah. I'm following
activities are just that. They're just activity.
you. Hmm.
You get what I'm
Hmm.
saying? But it doesn't mean it lines up with my purpose. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right, let's read this comment here. We'll take a break to read this comment. What's up, Samuel Dean? Fourth wall. We'll read his comment. Let's see. It says, I wasn't looking at it from an emotional standpoint. I was saying that's how people look for purpose. I mean, you just can't sit on the couch and think, what's my purpose? You have to go out there. Yes, I agree with that comment. I'll leave it up. Uh, Getting off the couch and going to do something is a good thing on the quest of finding purpose. But the other thing is, fourth wall, busyness is not indicative of purpose finding. You get what I'm saying? Because you're
Hmm.
busy, it doesn't mean you're on the quest to purpose. You may just be busy. You get what I'm saying? Now,
Hmm.
this is not saying staying on the couch is better. What I'm saying is busyness or doing a lot of things, it doesn't mean you're doing things that are purpose driven. You may just be busy, you may just be going through, the motions.
Hmm.
I think purpose is locked in. I think
Hmm.
when you feel it, you know. I think it can be uncomfortable for you at times. Um, and look for your purpose. Fourth, well, I agree with that. If you're looking for your purpose and you're busy, that's good. I'm just saying I don't believe that you can just be busy and you're purpose driven because you're busy. I think that busyness can make you feel like you're going in the forward direction, but sometimes you're just busy. You know what I
Sure.
mean? So I think it's being in the mindset of, hey, I'm actively trying to figure out who I am, what am I supposed to be doing here on earth. I know I lift weights, but there's always something deeper on my inside that has me wanting more. I want to lift weights, but I also want to be on purpose. I want to live on purpose. I want to do things purposeful, etc. Rella said, hope you guys are having a good day so far. Thank you, Rella. I appreciate you. Hoping you having a good day as well. Raphael said, right. Amen. Amen. Right back at you, brother. So I think it's trivial because so many things are fighting to define who we are as men and women in this world.
Hmm.
I think purpose is so trivial because the music, the media, the
Hmm.
internet is all trying to tell you what your purpose is or what it should be. So I come back to this question, and you guys in the comment section can help me out, or you can hit the link in the description and come talk to me. How do you find your purpose? How do you find it, guys? Because I think it's something that all of us deep down inside we're looking for, or we're wrestling with it, because I believe everyone, per my belief, everyone has something deep inside of them that's fighting for more. Where is that coming from? How do I find it? How do I get to the pinnacle of that, where I'm like, hey, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. So uh you can definitely hit the borders, JT, if you
Hmm.
want. You don't have to go all the way in,
Yeah.
but you can definitely hit the borders with it.
I mean,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
I was because while you're, yeah, no, perfect. And I appreciate that because I was thinking and I'm like, you're right because, you know, your purpose may be tied into something that you're not familiar with, which causes you to be uncomfortable. But because you're uncomfortable doesn't mean that's not your purpose. Because
Mm,
as humans, we default to comfort, right? We
yes.
default to what
We
is
love
the
comfort.
easier way. Yeah, that's just what
We
we
love
default
comfort.
to. Every
Yeah, we
human
love
being,
comfort.
that's what we default to, right?
Right.
And so when you say how do you find your purpose?
Yeah.
Okay, so I got a question for you, Coach Will, right?
Yes,
How do
sir.
you find your purpose, right? Because how
Hmm.
I'm thinking of it now that I've been thinking about it, I think it's safe to say
Hmm.
that us finding our purpose is something that's bigger than us. It's just not a human task, right?
Hmm.
I believe that it ties into what you believe in, right? So for
Yes,
me, I believe
definitely
in the
what you believe in.
yeah, so like for me, I
Definitely.
believe in the Christian faith.
Okay. Got you.
And I believe if I'm trying to find my purpose most likely is going to be tied in to what God, the God in heaven,
Okay.
has called me to do, right? And the reason I can
Mm,
confidently say that is because um I know that this God, he is incapable of being wrong, right? He doesn't make
okay.
mistakes, he doesn't lie. So
Okay.
whatever it is that he has planned out for me to do and contribute to this world must be my purpose, right?
Mm,
Being that, right, if what the text says is true, that he's the creator of the world and he's the creator of me, the creator knows why he created me and created me for. So me personally, how I
okay.
find my purpose is most likely through my connection with God. That's my
Okay.
answer.
Okay.
It took
I
me a long
got
time
you.
to think about that.
Yeah, for sure. You probably ain't been asked that in a minute, for sure.
Yeah,
Let me get
exactly.
to some of the comments. Tony DiCaprio says, "Are these brothers?" No, this is my nephew, Tony DiCaprio. But Samuel Dean says you can find it in prayer.
Hmm.
Okay, I like that. Tony DiCaprio says it's called the comfort zone. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by the comfort zone? It says it's called the comfort zone. Life is pointless. What do you mean by that, Tony? Just worrying about the marathon, not the race. What do you mean by that, fourth wall? Just worrying about the marathon, not the race. So you're saying that your belief system gives you purpose. Is that what you're saying, JT? That your
No,
belief system gives you purpose?
not that my belief system gives me purpose, but I find my purpose through my belief system. Because essentially what I'm doing is I'm taking the pressure off me as a finite human who's only capable of so much of trying to find
Hmm.
my purpose and giving it to the God that I believe in to find
Okay,
to give me my purpose, right? Right?
gotcha. Okay, let's see if we agree with you. Sorry to cut you.
No, no,
In
you're
the
good.
comments, if you agree that you can find your purpose through your belief system, put a one. If you don't believe you can find purpose through a belief system, put a two. If you believe that you can find purpose through a belief system, type one. If you believe that you can't find it through a belief system, type two. Rella says one most definitely. Okay. Samuel Dean says one. Okay, so we got a lot of people that agree. You can look physically and mentally, but some people never find their purpose, just worrying about the journey, not the destination. True,
Yeah.
fourth wall. But that's why we're here, though, bro. We actually here to find out what that is.
Yeah.
you know. Um, okay, fourth wall. Okay, so most people believe that you can find it through a belief system. Any twos that don't believe you can find it through a belief system? Any twos? Any twos? If not, I'm going to piggyback off what JT said. And by the way, the lines are open, man. Tonight is open lines, open minds. You can come to the screen if you hit the link in the description, and you can come up here and chat with us, man. It's open. I like open dialogue. I like to find out how other people think and let iron sharpen iron. So we asked, how do you find purpose? JT said you find it through what you, okay? So let me ask you guys a question, okay? When it comes to believing, let's say in a God, right? Believing in a God, that's what you were referring to, right, JT?
Yes.
Believing in a God? Okay. So do you believe that the God that you believe in is the creator of the world or the earth or something like that?
Yes.
Okay, so you believe that you're creation.
Yes.
Okay. So are you saying that the creator gives creation its meaning, its purpose per se?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So then that would be the short answer, right?
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
the creator gives creation its purpose. Is that right?
Yes. Hmm.
Okay. 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 What's up, Monica? So that would be your answer. Anybody object to that? Does anybody believe that you can't find your purpose through a creator? You must find it within yourself. Does anybody believe that, hey, I'm the creator? I'm my own creator. I create my own purpose. Does anybody believe that? By the way, these are not traps or trick questions. This is really real dialogue, guys. It's really real. So, does anybody disagree that you cannot find your purpose through a creator? Or do you agree that you can find it through a creator? Um, when it comes to a creator, and while they're figuring that out,
Hmm.
when it comes to a creator, I was giving this analogy the other day about when you have a particular car, a particular vehicle.
Hmm.
You Let's say you have a Toyota, right?
Yeah.
A Toyota is best fixed by the Toyota dealership
Yes.
because the Toyota dealership or that manufacturer is what manufactured that Toyota. So it
Yeah.
knows the parts, it knows when it needs maintenance, it knows
Hmm.
the proper oil, right? It knows the VIN number.
Yep.
Why? Because it created it, right? So I believe when it comes to what you just said, if we're creation and we believe that there is a creator, I believe we must find our purpose from the creator if we believe that we're creation. Now some people are like, "Oh, well, if there's a creator, um I can just find my purpose through myself because the creator put me here to figure it out myself." I would ask, what happens when the creation breaks down? How does it get maintenance?
Mm.
You know what I mean? I think a lot of us need maintenance, hence that, which is the reason why we have so much depression. We have so much uh, jawing back and forth when it comes to politics, and everyone's looking to belong. And I think
Yeah.
when you don't have that central purpose, I think it causes anger, it causes guilt, it causes fear. And I think those are all emotions that we're not built to live with. You know what I'm saying? I think we're able to feel them, but we're not built to live with them. Let me get to some of these comments.
Yeah.
Let's start with Rella. Rella says, I agree with what, let me put it up there. I agree with what JT said. Ever since I placed God in the center of my life, I feel like I found my purpose. I'm a lot happier with God in my life. I went from 276 to 120. I believe I wouldn't I believe I wouldn't have gotten to where I am without him. So, Rella, you believe that, by the way, great story. You believe that the creator gave you the juice to do that? Is that what you believe? Or, like, what would you say? How did you see your purpose out of that? If you can help us out with that. But great story. Monica says, I believe that I found my purpose within. I believe that I have the spark of the divine within. Okay. Okay. I appreciate you for that comment, Monica. By the way, Monica, if you would like, you could definitely come up and chop it up. Just hit the link in the description. We would love to hear your thoughts. Are you saying that God is your purpose, or having a relationship with God is the purpose? What are you saying, JT?
I'm saying that because God created me, that
Hmm.
He is able to let me know what my purpose is, right? So, for
Hmm.
example, and by the way, the car example was awesome, right?
Thank you.
So, when Steve Jobs and his crew were first creating Apple,
Hmm.
right? Because they're the creator of Apple technologies, which at the time was like the iMac and the iPhone, they're able to tell you how the iPhone is supposed to be used, right?
Right.
FaceTime, iMessage, X, Y, and
Hmm.
Z. So when there's a creator involved, right? Right, assuming that there's a creator and a creation involved, the creator is able to tell us, because he created me, what it is I'm supposed to do out on this earth, right?
Mm.
What what is it that God will want me to do? And to go back to Coach Will's point, it may be something, that I don't even like that. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
like
I
Coach
mean,
Will
yeah.
said,
Mhm.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
Coach Will said that, your purpose isn't tied to feelings. So it may be something that I don't even like that, but that's what my God created me to do. So that
Got
is
you.
my purpose.
Yeah. Like for instance, I never liked. I was more of a loner, bro. Like I like to be to myself, do my own thing, mind my own business. Really, really, I help people, but
Mhm.
to be intentionally helping people, like devoting my life to helping people, that wasn't my thing like that.
Mm.
I like to mind my own business, build my own. Like I'll give you some tips in the gym, but I ain't really want to like be, transforming lives and things that's going on right
Yeah.
now.
Hmm.
But it took for me to lock in on my purpose and realize that, man, listen, it's bigger than me. I started seeing it just from certain events that happened in my life. Like, no, it's way bigger than me. I literally have to get out of my own way, if you will. And with doing that, I think that you start to see like purpose is so much bigger than just you. And that was my own experience. By the way,
Hmm.
I'm open to people that disagree. Monica, are you still here, Monica? Got a comment right there. Monica says that I believe that I find my purpose within. I believe that I have the spark of the divine within. Listen, that sounds good. If
No,
you're
listen.
still here. Um, so it seems like we agree that purpose is necessary. It seems like we agree that purpose is necessary.
Hmm.
We've pretty much talked about what it is. I definitely want to, I love pushback. Like I would love for somebody to come up here and say, I disagree, or hey, I'm not fully understanding, just so that we could actually have dialogue with them.
Hmm.
Okay, Fourth Wall said that's really what you're saying. I'm gonna put it on the stage. That's really what you're saying is God is the purpose. While you have a relationship with God, He gives you a purpose. Is that where you're getting at? If I'm following you, you want to hit that, or you want me to hit that?
Yeah, you can hit that.
KD, what's up? I'm trying to see. Grow Gain, let's go. I don't know who it is, but they got some great enthusiasm, KD. So um, when it comes to purpose, right? If you believe in a creator, this is if you believe in a creator, right? If you don't believe in a creator, this doesn't apply. But if you believe in a creator, then the creator is the manufacturer of human life. If you believe in a creator, right? If a creator is the manufacturer of human life, fourth wall,
Hmm.
then in order to know why you were put here, like every human is so different and so intricate in so many ways. No
Yes.
two humans have the same DNA. No
Mhm.
two humans have the same fingerprint. That means every human has specificity. I think that's the word. Every
Yeah.
human has specifics. Like we all have our own. upmake, right? Even
Hmm.
twins have their own upmake.
Yes.
So with that being said, we would have to go to the creator to find out, hey, I'm different. I got my own DNA. I got my own thinking.
Hmm.
Yes, I was born into this culture. Yes, I was born into this situation. Yes, I feel like this, but what should I be doing while I'm here on earth? I
Hmm.
think that's the response, fourth wall. What should I be doing while I'm here on earth? You understand what I'm saying? That would be uh that would be the answer, fourth wall. So by the way, guys, you see the topic, how do you find your purpose? If anybody wants to come up here and talk about it with us, we don't
Hmm.
bite. We have what we believe. You guys smash the like button for your boy. We have what we believe, but we're also open to understanding because I think that's how people grow. When you talk, seek to understand, and share ideas, I think that's how you grow as a community, and
Yeah.
that's how you grow as people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's how you
But
learn from
that
one another.
correct, correct. So I don't know if Alessandra's here. I don't know if Rella wants to come up and say something. Um, or let us know how how things went with finding your purpose, but we're open to all of it, and we're also watching the comment section too. Sorry I haven't been around. Oh, so let me see. Sorry I haven't been around as much, but busy with some stuff. Last time I was here we were talking about music, and if certain music were dark music, it was you, me, and another girl who's a great drawer. Was your name always KD?
What's up, Herbert?
um
Shout out
was
Herbert
your name
Nortis.
was your name always KD? Herbert, what's going on, bro? Was your name always KD? Yeah, we see you, Herbert Ortiz. We see you. Yeah, was it always KD?
So
But
Herbert, we're talking about finding your purpose right now. So if you want to hop on a call with us and want to, chop it up about how you find your purpose.
oh, okay, I got you, KD, for sure, for sure. So, KD, do you want to jump on and be a part of the conversation? Whoever wants to jump on, hit the link in the description. We want to know how you find your purpose or if you think purpose is even necessary. Herbert said, nah, I'm good. No problem, bro. There's no pressure, man. We just want to know if you think purpose is even necessary. How do you find it within yourself? You know what I'm saying? And there's no right or wrong answers. We're just dialoguing. Oh, okay, no problem, Raphael. No problem. If not, we have a second part to it anyway. So I got my paper ready, but I just want to give people a chance to chime in. A lot of people were talking about people needing to dialogue like this, so I wanted to make sure I did it, but I also want to make sure I give people the opportunity to express themselves. You know what I'm saying? So we define what purpose is. From our standpoint, JT said that purpose is pretty subjective. And I agree with him. Purpose can be very subjective. Everybody in the chat agreed that it's necessary, though.
Hmm.
Everybody agreed that purpose is necessary. Nobody disagreed that it's not necessary. I think some of us disagree with how you find it, and that's pretty much where I want to land the plane. Like, does anybody believe that you can find your purpose outside of a creator? To be honest, I don't know how to explain it. It can be subjective for real. Uh, so KD, maybe you can explain purpose from your point of view. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be like our point of view. Maybe you can explain it from your point of view. Maybe we can learn something from you. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't have to be, um, it doesn't have to be like our way. And this is the thing, by the way, guys. when it comes to purpose in general, this is not supposed to be a smooth conversation with no, pushback or lack of understanding. This is a hard topic because it's not in mainstream. People don't talk about purpose. It's more so do this, do that, work, retire. Hopefully, you have a lot of money in your 401k. Hopefully, you got some stocks and bonds. Hopefully, you got life insurance. And that's it.
Mm.
We live, we grind, and we die. That's it. So
That's
when we talk
it.
about purpose, we talking about that in between. Like, when you wake up in the middle of the night and you're like, man, there's got to be more than just clocking in every day, breaking your back, what I mean? Even in you in
Oh,
the gym, you could be in the gym working out, getting swole, and after a point in time, you get to a point in time in your life where you're like, man, I'm swole, I feel good, I'm strong, but I don't feel like I have meaning. Like I feel like there's something deeper to purpose. There's something more meaningful in my life. You know what I'm saying?
that's true.
You can look for yourself, but that's a lot of looking and soul searching. Fourth wall, you owe it to yourself. You literally owe it to yourself. Like if you don't do that for yourself, then what are we doing? You know what I'm saying? J No
But,
Blase said,
but
W,
coach,
what's up, brother?
this the spin to it though, coach. Right?
Jazz, what's going on, Jazz? Can't stay, but I'm hitting that, coming through to hit the like. Appreciate you, Jazz. Appreciate you. Appreciate you hitting the like. I've always wanted to be a missionary from the time. Oh, my bad, Jack. I just want to get to the comments a little
Oh no,
bit.
you good. No, thank you. Yeah.
I've always wanted to be a missionary, and from the time I started letting God take control of my life, I feel like my relationship with Him has been stronger, which allows me to openly speak about His scripture. Okay, KD, that's what's up. Yeah, KD, never be. I'm not saying you were afraid, but never be afraid to speak your piece, man. You know why? Because freedom is a beautiful thing. I think what you said was beautiful. I'm gonna put it up there for others. By the way, we're open to pushback. If you have sensible pushback, if you think that purpose needs to come from within by yourself, we're open to that as well. But we just answered the three questions. What is purpose? Why is it necessary? How do you find it?
One
I think.
thing that I think is oh, right.
Go ahead, brother. I'm sorry.
Oh
Go
no,
ahead.
I was saying that one thing that I think is true is
Hmm.
that, especially in today's time, coach,
Hmm. Yes, sir.
influencers,
Hmm.
online fitness trainers, big
Mm.
businesses, they
Yeah.
exploit people who don't know their purpose, right?
Mm.
That's where
Dang,
the
boy.
money's at. No, that's where the
Whoa.
money's at.
Whoa. 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 Red
That's where
alert.
the
Red
money's
alert.
at.
Dang,
That's where
bro.
the
You
money's at.
just you just came with a banger, bro. Dang.
Yeah, I'm telling you, that's where the money's at.
Wow. Did you guys hear
Pe-
that?
People who
Did
don't
you
have
guys
their
hear that?
purpose, that's where the money's
Wow.
at, bro.
So are you saying that you can sell to people easier if they don't know who they are and whose they are?
Yes, because if you don't stand for something, you fall for anything.
Dang, bro. Dang, bro. Why did you have to go there?
Yeah,
We were having a nice conversation. It was
yeah. I
peaceful.
just
The guy, the guy went and said, listen, if you don't know your purpose, you're gonna be a consumer
yeah.
because anyone can sell anything to you because you don't know who you are and you don't know what you're supposed to be doing. So as soon as
Nope.
something is lit, you own it. Oh, this is what's popping. This is what's trending. So you own it, right?
Exactly.
Wow. Dang, bro. I wasn't even thinking that route, but I'm glad you said it. So
Mm.
when it comes to purpose, wow. So you're saying that mainstream doesn't talk about purpose because if people find it, they'll no longer be their customer.
Exactly. You just unlock.
Dang.
All right, you gotta protect your family because you just unlock the industry.
Wow.
You just unlock
Monica,
it.
link is in the description, Monica. If you hit the link, if you go to the description, you can hit the link. It's in
Mm.
the description or it's in Discord for the people that are in Discord. Um,
Think about it.
so wow,
If I tell
wow.
my
And I think
sheep
that's
how to take
universal
every,
too.
that's universal. Because if I tell my
Wow.
sheep how to take. If I teach my sheep how to take care of themselves, they don't need the shepherd no more, right?
Mm,
They're no longer going to walk with the shepherd, right? So mainstream
wow.
doesn't talk about how do you find your purpose, because I don't want these people to find their purpose. Once they find their purpose, they're going to stop buying my fitness book. They're going to stop
Wow.
consuming my startup companies,
Mm,
my drop shipping, and my investment, my what's the thing called, forex, my all the different type of crazy stuff
dang,
that they
bro.
have on the internet. Everybody just eating
Dang,
it
bro.
up, eating it up, eating it up.
Wow. Hence why you
Yeah.
have influence. People
Yes.
are able to influence because the people that don't know what they're supposed to be doing, they're the ones eating it.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Think about it.
That's crazy.
Why do you think being an influencer has like skyrocketed as a job? Because there's people to influence the people who don't have their purpose. That's why influencer is such a
Wow.
job now.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. I don't know if you guys
Yeah.
caught that, man, but that's huge. What he's saying, what's going on, Viking woman? That boy fourth wall, so I can see the resemblance. Yeah, we get
Yeah.
excited when we hit points like that. I mean,
No, yeah,
it's
that's
fun.
good.
So basically, what he's saying is, I don't see a link in the description. It should be the first line in the description. Like if you hit where it says more, where it says started watching or started 50 minutes ago, live call, hit more where it says more, and you should see the link right there when you hit more. But he's pretty much saying that the reason why that it's not mainstream is because if they gave us the cure, we would no longer be consumers, which is crazy. Oh my goodness. Do you guys agree with that? What do you guys think about that? JT is saying that if JT saying that if hold on. JT saying that if people became purposeful, they would no longer be consumers. They would no longer be the people that are able to be sold influence. Instead of focusing on influence, they would be focusing on what their influence is in the world. Is
Hmm.
that right, JT?
Yep.
Raphael said JT speaking straight facts.
Yeah.
Like your hair. What's up, John? I didn't see it the way JT said it, but when you said it, it cut deep. My goodness. Isn't that something, KD? Wow. I think that's huge, man. Uh Monica, did you see it, Monica? Do you see the link, Monica? Does anybody see the link in the description? It should be as soon as you hit more. JT, I don't know if you can see it on your side. Probably can't, right? With what you're on.
Uh,
But the link should
yeah.
be in the description. It should be the first line in the description, guys. I'm
So
looking
yeah, I
at it
can
right
see it
here.
on mine. So like for me, right,
Yeah.
I had to click the top three dots at the top at the right corner and then click
Mhm.
description, and
You can
then
see it, right?
yeah, I see join link, and then I put it in the chat like if
Okay.
Monica wanted to copy it and like put it on her like her
That's-
internet. Yeah.
right. It's not so when you're on vertical live,
Mhm.
the links are not really clickable all the time.
Mm.
So I put it in the description because it's clickable.
Okay.
So they can see the link in the chat. I would have put it there, but it's not clickable because it's vertical. You feel me?
Okay. Got
So
you.
go
Let me
to
see.
the description, guys, hit that link, and then it should be on the first line. As soon as you hit the link where it says more, like the three lines, you should be able to see that link and you should be able to come up here and chop it up with us, man. It's open lines, open minds, family. Okay, so I see the link. It's there, but I want to get back to that point. I think that point is crazy.
Yeah.
Um, Monica, did you find it, Monica? The point is crazy. So does anybody agree with that Viking one? What do you think about that? Raphael, what do you guys think about that? Do you think that when it comes to the world of influence, the reason why they don't tell you the cure or tell you, hey, you need to find your purpose? People say it, but it's not mainstream. Do you think the reason why is because they want to continue selling things to you that could make you feel like you're following your purpose rather than telling you, hey, follow your purpose, make sure it's for you, even if you're not following me no more. Because I think that's something that we have to come to grips with as people that are purpose driven. Like
Yeah.
whenever I help somebody, let's say I have a client. I don't help the client to keep them for 100 years. I help the
Hmm.
client to get to wherever they're trying to get to, even if it means that the client gets past the point where they don't need my help anymore. Why? Because I know my purpose. It's to get people to become the best version of themselves and find out their purpose.
Yeah.
You follow what I'm saying? So I'm not typical when it comes to helping people because I really want to see them get better.
Exactly.
I think in mainstream, what's up, Kay? I think in mainstream, if that became what it was, then a lot of people would wake up and they wouldn't be asleep
Yeah.
because now they're chasing purpose. They're not just going with the flow. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Your girl, Kay, what's up, Kay? What do y'all think about that? Raphael says, let me put him on the stage. Raphael says, you don't see influencers talk about purpose or a lot of abstract topics. A lot of them just try to sell a program to get people to follow them.
Hmm.
Wow,
Hmm.
that's huge. That's huge. And I think that's just influencers in all categories,
Yeah.
fitness, any type of media category. I think if you taught people your purpose or their purpose, I think because it's so uncommon, it would drive a lot of people away. A lot of people would get scared because they'll be
Yeah.
like, "Oh my goodness, this is too deep. I'm so used to dealing with surface. Like, why are we going that deep?" And I think that there's so many people that are, crying out for direction. Like, where do I go? You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Your girl K, formerly Love Tester, pronounced K. What do you think? Do you think that purpose is necessary, K? Do you think it's necessary? Do you think we even need to find that out? Or, we don't need purpose, man. We just need to stay litty, likes, comments, and shares, and we good. They selling fantasy, not facts. That's for sure, fourth wall. Selling fantasy, not facts. I like that. I like that.
Sure.
All right, we're on the purpose topic, but if no one has anything to add to the purpose topic, we're gonna move into an area that is similar. We're still on topic, but we're just gonna transition. Raphael says, or Adaiz says, Raphael, I agree. Let's go. All right. So even if Monica wants to come, she could still come because we're still talking about um we're still in the same vein, y'all. We're still in the same vein. Let's go, y'all. Let's go. Come on in. Like the dude says, the water is fine. All right. So now we're gonna go and segue into spiritual health. We're gonna talk about spiritual health, okay, guys? In the
Hmm.
comments, jot industry now or get Gabe owners on what Remy, what are you malfunctioning, brother? Yeah, he might be malfunctioning right now. So listen, what is in the comments? I want to hear you guys. What is spiritual health? Remy, what are you saying, bro? In the stream, Gabe, I don't know what none of that means, brother. I love you, but I don't know what it means. Um, what is spiritual health? Fourth wall. We keep trolls as pets. So just pet them and tell them to go on. It's okay. I don't mean that. All right, so delete it, brother. Delete it. Delete it, brother. So Wrong stream. Okay, wrong, definitely wrong stream, brother. You're right about that. I don't know what the other stuff was, but you're right. So, what is spiritual health, guys? I was able to click the link, but I must not know what I'm doing. I don't know how to join. It takes me to my own live stream. Takes you to your own live stream. Huh? Can somebody test the link for me? Can somebody test the link for me? We trying to let Monica get in here. Can somebody
Let me see.
test the link?
We try to
Um,
test it.
somebody test the link for me. We trying to get Monica up here.
Oh, I see what she's saying.
It's not working.
Not the one in the description. It's like she said, it takes you to like it tries to make you make an account. So it don't take you
Mm,
backstage like the other one. So
it
I'm
don't
gonna
take you
put in
backstage.
no, I'm gonna put in the chat the one that you sent me to get on here.
But
So I'm gonna
how
put
would
that
they
one in the
do it?
chat.
Would they copy and paste it?
Yeah, like how she did the one because the one in the description is copy and paste too. So it's just the
Got
same.
you.
So use this one, guys.
All right.
Use
You,
use that
Robert
one.
Lord, what up, man? How you been, bro? Spiritual health is not a checklist, but it depends on your relationship with God. I like that. I think that's a great point of view. Long time no see. Robert Lloyd in the
Yes,
building. What's up,
sir.
Robert Lloyd? Robert Lloyd, do you think matter of fact, Robert Lloyd, what is spiritual health to you, bro? What is spiritual health to you? So the one in the description makes you have to make a account.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah,
so
it
weird, bro.
like the one you sent me makes me go to the studio. Like just go to the studio, put my name, send me to backstage. But the
Yeah,
one I
that's
put
so
in chat,
weird.
guys. So if you look at
I'm
Jatanai,
putting
just
it in there
copy that.
right now. I'm
Yeah,
putting
copy
the
that.
link in there right now too. So copy the link and paste it, guys. My bad. It's also in Discord too. So if you're a part of Discord, you can just click the link from Discord. Vertical live streaming, guys. That's what happens with the vertical. But you guys type in the comments. If you're not coming to the stage, type in the comments. What is spiritual health, guys? What is spiritual health? 4-pack abs and bicep growth. I got you, Remye. What is spiritual health? You know, we talk about physical health. We talk about being healthy bodily, right? We also talk about mental health. You can go to any type of clinic. You can go to any gym, and you can talk about mental health, and you can also talk about physical health, right?
Hmm.
Healthy body, healthy mind. Spiritual health is not really something that you see people talk about, guys. So I want to hear from you guys. What do you think spiritual health is? Is spiritual health, or could spiritual health be a missing component? Let me put that up top so that we can have that topic. Boom. Is it up there?
Yes.
All right. When I think about keeping your health good, when I think about it, keeping your health, can't even see that. All right. All right, let me make sure I'm catching it. When I think about it, keeping your health good, having a good hygiene. Um, are you answering about
Mhm.
spiritual health, Robert Lloyd? Is that spiritual health you're talking about? If you don't have a
Mm.
great spiritual health, you will be more depressed, more angry, more sad. Okay, so what is it, fourth wall? I agree with what you're saying, but what is it? Like, what do you think it is? From your opinion, this is all, you know, we chopping it up. But what is spiritual health? We have, listen, this is a very hard topic because you
Mhm.
have Physical health, everyone talks about it. Just click on YouTube, click on Instagram. You're going to see people in shape. You're going to see people with abs. And everyone thinks that abs is the pathway to peace. You know what I'm saying? Um, what is like somebody got to help the guy. I don't know. Please move. So everyone can have abs online. You see it online. You see physical health. We see it all over Instagram,
Yeah,
YouTube, TikTok, everywhere.
that's true.
Mental health. Mental health is something that you can people talk about as well. How do you get along with your peers? How do you feel about your job? Do you have hobbies? Do you have a good relationship with your friends? Do you have a good relationship with yourself? Those are a lot of components when it comes to your mental health. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Those are a lot of components when it comes to your mental health. Now, your spiritual health, could that be a missing component? Fourth wall says it's your inner well-being. I like that. Your inner well-being. Your inner well-being. I like it. I like it. Uh Rim Yi says move on. Move on from what, brother? What are we talking about? Spiritual health, about how you feel and your emotions. I don't know really. Okay, that's good though, Robert Lloyd. That's good. We thinking. That's good. What were you gonna say, Jock?
I was gonna say that. So I think one of the reasons why you hear other things being talked about except for spiritual health. So you hear mental health, physical health, emotional health, and me and you talked about this before, maybe on a offline conversation. Those are universal, right? When it comes to spiritual health is not universal. Now, the reason I say that is because when it comes to my spiritual health, right, I see God, right?
Okay.
Right? My salvation comes from Jesus Christ. I believe in that if I put my burdens at his feet, he will take care of me. That's me. That's
Okay.
JT.
That's
However,
you.
you have
For
some
sure.
people who their spiritual well-being comes from tarot cards, right? They get a deck of cards, they shuffle through it, they pull their card, and it's going to tell them their future or how that goes. Some people get their spiritual well-being from crystals and the burning of sage, right? Some
Right.
people get their spiritual well-being from other religions like Hinduism, is Islam, right? But
Right.
so when people don't, I think people are not confrontational and
Right.
they don't like speaking about what works for them because they think that, well, I don't want to impose my beliefs or my religion on someone else by telling you what works for me spiritually. So that's why that conversation always gets snubbed and suppressed because everyone has a different route of how they achieve their spiritual health. Now, if you
Got you.
ask me, it also is accountability thing, right? Most
Hmm.
people tend to lean on what is going to give me the least amount of accountability. Let's
Hmm.
just be real, right?
Okay.
I want to
Real
be able
talk.
to, yeah, I
Open
want to
line.
be
Open
able.
mind. Okay.
I'm I'm trying to tell you. So I want to be able
Okay.
to do just reckless things, right, and have the least amount of accountability, right, but still
Hmm.
have that spiritual connection. And even if you want to go up to say some people tie their spiritual connection in with their ethnicity, right? Black power, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Certain stuff and different. So it just depends on who the person is, right?
Yeah.
Um, when it comes to their spiritual well-being, I think that's why that conversation is not like
Had.
it doesn't come up. Yeah, it doesn't happen.
Got you. Got you. Okay. Monica, do you have Discord, Monica? Do you have Discord? Um, do you have Discord? Because if you have Discord, the link is in there too. You don't have to stay. You can just use it for today. But if you have Discord, the link is there as well. I have no idea why the link would not be working because this is the same link that I'm posting right here, Monica. Guests can stream this to their own destinations. Um, yeah, I don't know why it wouldn't work. This link right here is the exact link. I do not have Discord. Dang, Monica. It's all good. I really wish because this is the link right here. The one I'm putting in right now, that is the literal link that I'm getting right from StreamYard, guys. So that's a bummer. Um, so for you, JT, you said your spiritual health is tied into your belief system.
Yes, and
Okay, so
I
so how so though? Like you believe in something, what does that have to do with your spiritual health? Like just because you believe in something, how does that give you good spiritual health?
great question. Chat, check me out. In the faith that I believe in, right? In the Christian God, right? The God who sent his only begotten son to die on the cross for everyone's sins. How that helps my spiritual health, coach, is that
Mhm.
I don't try to take on the implications of the world. And what I mean by that is I don't try to burden myself by trying to understand everything in the world, understand why everything happens, understand the cause and effect, understand the who, what, where, when, and how, understand just all of the intricacies of life.
Mhm.
The world is so big, the earth is huge. There's 7 billion people on it. There's
14.
quadrillion things happening on earth at one time. So what I'm saying
Mhm.
is I rely on God for my supplement. I trust in God, right?
Okay,
So I rely on him for my strength. I
got you.
rely on him for my wisdom. I rely on him for my patience and my peace, right? Because
Mm.
if I try
So
to,
that's
I
your
feel like if
question.
I, okay, go ahead.
So what if somebody said you're using God as a cop out? Like when it comes to your spiritual health,
Yeah.
instead of you trying to figure it out, you're using it as a cop out. What would you say to that? What's going on,
If
R1?
if
Hmm.
I'm using God as a cop, I'm not using God as, I mean, you know what? If you want to say I'm using God as a cop out, the term cop out is just a negative connotation to what I'm saying, which is I'm giving it to God
Okay.
because I'm finite. I'm limited. I'm limited in
Hmm.
my thinking. I can have 4 PhDs and be limited in my thinking. I could work out 6 days and rest one and be limited in my strength, right? Right? I can reach $4 billion, right, in net worth
Uh-huh.
and still be limited in my finances because there's more money out there to get,
Okay.
right? I could have the best job that someone could ask for, but still be limited
Hmm.
because my human nature wants more of it. It's the God that I
Right.
believe in who says that is enough. What you're doing is good, right? You what you're doing is enough, right? I'll be your
Right.
peace, right? You don't have to
Mm.
jump and react and have an emotion to everything that comes across the news channel, to everything
Hmm.
that comes across the social media. So is it a cop out in a negative connotation? I guess. But how I look at it
Mm.
is my spiritual health is reliant on something bigger than me. My spiritual health is reliant on something that is greater than myself, right?
Mm.
Because I bleed, right? I
Yeah.
die, right? I
Hmm.
rot, right? I
Hmm.
fade, right? I eventually will no longer be here at some point in time. But what remains is God. That's how I
Mm.
look at it. So is it a cop? I mean, I guess that's a yeah,
Gotcha. Okay.
yeah,
Okay. So okay. Dang, I wish Monica. I still wish Monica could come.
yeah.
Um. So you're saying that for you, you've put your trust into the God you believe in, so that's giving you good spiritual health.
Yes,
All right. What do you
yes.
say about the people that believe in what you believe in that have poor spiritual health? And by the way, let's be sensitive to the topic.
Yeah.
What would you say about people that explain the same thing you just explained,
Hmm.
yet they don't have the same spiritual health that you do, or not even that you do, have good spiritual health? What if a person is doing all the things that you're saying and their spiritual health is not good? What do you say to that?
That God's display of power can be decreased by our lack of faith. I think it's heavily dependent on how much we believe. And that's easier said than done, coach, because
Okay.
believing is so hard when believing is invisible, right?
Yes.
It's like I know you're on the other side of the screen. I can see you, right? You have a black hat with red lettering, a black shirt, red. So I can see you. So I'm not really believing. I just know I can see you. But when we're trying to, believe in a God who is invisible and rely on him to be our peace and our strength, it can be very difficult. So I can definitely, be empathetic with that person because I have been in places like that in my life where it's
Right.
like, oh man, like, whew, like I was going through the motions, you know what I'm saying? So, um, I'd even
Right.
answer your question. What would I say to that person?
Yes.
I would say to that person that what they're going through, I think that I would tell that person I would tell that person that's kind of like a season or that's kind of like a portion, right? I think that it could be parts where you kind of go through a little drought, right? You kind of go through a little famine, right?
What if they're
And
like that all the time, though, bro? What if they're like that all the time?
oh, that's
Like
just their
what if it ain't a season? What if it's just a juxtaposition?
I'm
Yeah, bro.
sorry.
'Cause we can't. Everybody not going through seasons, bro. Like sometimes it's just what it is. Like people
Yeah.
they're just like that all the time. They always. You don't know nobody like that.
Yeah, yeah, no, no. Like they
All
just
right, so
always down and
that's
out.
not a season. That's just where they are with it. So if your way really works, why isn't it working it for everybody when it comes to spiritual health? Damn, that's a hard one.
Yeah. And
Fourth wall says some people are
mhm,
in spiritual warfare
that is true.
for sure. Wisdom is like a root that always sends up new shoots. Okay, is that a spiritual health, bro? He's on the spiritual health kit. So, what would you say to that, bro? I mean, you want me to tackle it? I'll tackle it.
Yeah, yeah, totally, yeah.
Listen, when it comes to what someone believes in, I'm gonna keep it real simple. When it comes to what someone believes in, what you say and what you do are not always the same. So you can believe something. That's like somebody saying, I believe in fitness.
Hmm.
But if you don't work out, I mean, it's just a belief. It's just in your mind. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you if you are thinking something or you believe something, if you don't put that into action, it's literally gonna stay where it is, which is just your mind.
Yeah, sure.
But when what you believe coincides with what you do, now what you believe and what you do are running parallel, and that's where the power comes.
Mm,
So no matter what you believe, if you believe that lifting weights is going to make you strong, if you only believe that, but you're on the couch, playing 2K, not lifting weights, guess what? You're not going to get strong.
no.
I think that has the same thing to do with belief. Are you practicing what you believe in order to build spiritual health? By the
Yeah.
way, I'm not telling you what to believe. I'm saying whatever you do believe in, do you put it into practice so that then you can have a healthy spiritual life? Because we're talking about
Mm,
internal, right? We're talking
right.
about, we know mental health is there, we know physical health is there, but when it comes to that inner person, when the lights are off, right? When no one's watching, that person is what needs to be tended to. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we're
Yeah.
talking about. Uh let's see what R1 says. He says that's the problem with society nowadays. They be having the right idea to do things, but won't put in the work to show for it. It's just like one of my homies. He knows what he needs to do to lose weight. Yeah, that sounds about right. See, but he
Yeah.
won't do nothing about it. That's right. If you know and don't do, you're going to be on the rat wheel. You're going to be like what JT said before, where influencers could just sell you whatever because you're on the next hype. You don't know what you know what you should be doing, but you don't have the mind or the drive behind doing it. And I think
Yeah.
that the drive comes from having a healthy spiritual life, because if you have a healthy spiritual life, now you have external help when it comes to the things that you don't want to do. that you know you need to do. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? You know what I mean? So when you said that, let's see, when you said what is spiritual health, I want to ask you another question. How does spiritual health differ from mental health? How does spiritual health differ from mental health? What would you say, brother?
I mean, they differ because I believe spiritual health has to do with your soul and obviously your spirit, hence the name spiritual health. And mental health has to do with your mental health, but I also think that they coincide with one another, right? I just think
Okay.
that, how kind of like what R1 was, well, a little bit of what R1 was saying, the way that society structures it, they want to keep the two separate, when
Hmm.
in fact, they probably more so than not coincide with one another.
Okay. All right. So I did a little research when it comes to mental health and physical health or
But,
spiritual health.
uh-huh.
A lot of people think they're the same. They can be the same. They affect each other.
Hmm.
They do affect each other. But mental health is more so how you relate to your surroundings, how you relate to work, how you relate to your spouse or your girlfriend, boyfriend, how you relate to your job, how you relate to fitness, how you relate to those things dictates your mental health. Are you
Mm.
joyous about these things? Do you feel driven to do these things? What's going on, Roger? That I think those indicate your mental health.
Hmm.
Your spiritual health would be your inner being that has nothing to do with the rest of those things, those external things. It's what's going on inside of you more so than what's going on outside of you. So your mental health makes you focus on how you relate to the things that are external.
Hmm.
Your physical health or your spiritual health makes you um I joined Discord. Every link says invalid, has expired. That's okay. How? Like Discord, I don't see a person. But your spiritual health has to do with how you feel internally, regardless of the external factors.
Yes.
So you can have a situation going on in your life, and your spiritual health will still be intact because it's internal. It may take a
Mm.
toll on your mental health, and then your spiritual health can then help your mental health because your internal could help your external. Get what I'm saying? Like
Mm. Yeah.
if good things are going on in your life, you may feel well mentally, but that doesn't mean you have a healthy spiritual life. Because you may feel good mentally,
Yeah, that's
but
true.
as soon as those factors change, you're no longer good anymore.
Yeah.
When you have good spiritual health, the good, the bad, the ugly, lack or plenty, you find a way to kind of be thankful in all situations because you
Mm.
feel like your strength and your health on a spiritual level comes from within, not because I'm in lack or not because I have plenty.
Yeah.
Your mental health is more so indicative of if you have lack or plenty.
Mm.
You understand what I'm saying? It's
Yeah, that makes sense.
external. Mental health is more external, that you know you kind of lodge it into your brain, but it's external. It has to do with external factors. Spiritual health has to do with this is what I'm working on internally, and the factors that are happening on the outside, they may change, but I'm still going to be anchored in what I believe.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I hope that makes sense. I can't believe She said she tried to join. I joined Discord. Every link says invalid or has expired. Or in Discord, that doesn't make sense. In Discord, let me see. Let me check it out. So that's what when we talk about spiritual health, that's what I would say is different from spiritual health to mental health. Does anybody want to add to that? What do you guys think? Do you guys think that there's a difference between mental health and spiritual health, or do you think it's all the same and we're just overcomplicating?
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? Some people might think, hey, this is all the same. We're just complicating it. But we see people all the time that have great things going on in their life, yet they still feel like something is missing, right? They're
yeah.
checking all the boxes when it comes to life. They got the car, they got the clothes, they got the body, they got the influence. But when it comes to the internal, it's still a battle. So I think that us, we're not so much separating it, but us just kind of uh, bringing up these topics, I think is very helpful for people.
That's
So
right.
does anybody think that mental health and spiritual health are the same? If you think that mental health and spiritual health are the same, put a one in the chat. If you think that mental health and spiritual health are different, put a two in the chat. Let us know what you think, guys. Let us know. Let us know. Okay, so Fourth Wall thinks it's different. Johnson I thinks it's different. By the way, we're not building an echo chamber. We're open to people that disagree. So if you believe they're the same, put a one in the chat. If you believe they're different, put a two in the chat. I think, what makes them hard, one, I think they're intertwined. Okay, I like that. I like that. Monica says, I think they're intertwined. I do. I think, Monica, they are intertwined as well. I do think there's a difference, a little nuance, which is what I was talking about earlier. But that's why I would love to hear what you think. I really would. We're gonna figure this out.
Or Raphael asked if you could repeat the question for the on
Uh,
YouTube.
Raphael, the question is, do you think that spiritual health and mental health are the same or are they different? Do you think they're the same or do you think they are different? I think while he's putting that in there, we're going to go to the next question. But go ahead, Raphael, let us know what you think. I know you're in between doing things, but we're going to go to the next question. You think they're different? Okay. Okay. Uh, so let me ask you this. Let's ask this. And I definitely want Monica to comment on this too. Um, why is spiritual health, and I think we answered this question already, but we're going to ask it again because I want to hear everybody's opinion. Why is spiritual health not mainstream? We pretty much, I mean, we're on my notes already, but why is spiritual health not mainstream, guys? What do you think? Why is spiritual health not mainstream? What do y'all think? By the way, Monica, you as a pending. I don't see you as a pending member for the Discord. Can somebody help out Ryan? He's just trolling when we actually are very successful. He's just talking weird stuff. Somebody time out Ryan, help him out. Oh, I don't want to ban him like that. Oh well. Oh well. um Oh, you banned him? Maybe you banned him. I just wanted to time him out, but I mean, it's probably for the better. It's all good. All right. Yes, Monica. I don't see a pending. I don't see a pending thing on Discord. I don't see anything pending on Discord, Monica. All right. Let's see. All right. Well, let's go to this question. Why is spiritual health not mainstream, guys?
Mm,
Why is spiritual health not mainstream? What do you guys think? Everybody
oh,
weigh in on it. Why is spiritual health not mainstream? I think it coincides with what we talked about earlier. If
yeah.
spiritual health if spiritual health was mainstream, it would be hard to sell you products. It would be hard to sell you anything, programs, anything. I somewhat
But
agree. People who are spiritual tend to have better mental health results, outcomes. R1, I like that. I think that makes sense. I think we see people with good spiritual health also have more joy about life too.
yeah.
They can find joy in conversations like this. Like no one has to be in here doing backflips or doing a whole bunch of trendy stuff. We can come here and talk. Why? Because we have good spiritual and mental health. We're able to dialogue, or people that are seeking that, they can dialogue.
Yeah.
I think if you don't have good spiritual health or mental health, you always need to be doing something that is trendy to make you feel good,
Hmm.
if you know what I mean.
Hmm.
Um, but
I have a
I want to
question
hear
for you
you
though, Coach. Will.
guys. Go ahead, X.
I was saying, it goes with your question. Is it possible for spiritual health to be mainstream when there's so many different avenues and routes of spirituality? I think it's kind
I
of
think
tough.
yeah, it's a loaded question, but I think, and the reason why I say it's loaded is because that is true. There is a lot of different belief systems, right? But again, there is mainstream rappers that don't like each other.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So if there's a lot of rappers that don't like each other and they're still mainstream, you can still have belief systems being mainstream. Everyone would just have their own respective belief system. Monica says many people are godless and are concerned with the things of the world. You're right about that, Monica. Uh, you're definitely right about that. You're definitely right about that. All right, Raphael, man. Thank you for stopping by, bro. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, man. Um, yes. So I'm trying to understand, Monica. Are you a just out of curiosity, Monica? Are you a agnostic atheist or are you a theist? People are concerned. She got bars though. People are concerned about building material wealth and not spiritual growth. That is 100%, Monica. You're 100% right about that. That's facts. People who aren't spiritually connected tend to feel a big void in their life. They're never easy and will forever keep searching for a peace that no one can give them but God. Dang, you guys are out tonight with the bangers. I love this group. Love this group. So, Monica,
Literally.
out of curiosity, are you a believer, or are you a person that believes in a God, or you're a person that does not believe in a God? So it's not mainstream. I think everyone agrees that it isn't mainstream. JT was saying because there's
Yeah.
so many different belief systems, right? That's why you said you don't believe. Oh, you're a believer. Okay, Monica. Okay. I think that's why when it comes to it being mainstream, you said that you think that because there's so many different ways, That's why it's not mainstream, correct? But it was more mainstream before. Before when it was more talks about the family. Having a strong family, having a strong union in the house. I think that was mainstream at one point, bro. And then over time, I think the family and having a strong union took a back seat. And when that took a back seat, I think that's when other things became more mainstream. You know what
Mm,
I'm saying? Like they weren't doing all this stuff on camera and all this stuff beforehand, bro. It wasn't like now you can get famous by just dancing. Like you could just go on a screen, pick a beat, just start dancing. Somebody likes it, and next thing you know, you're TikTok famous because you dance. That wouldn't fly back in the day. Back in the day, like you had to stand for something.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you had to actually be good at something.
Yeah.
So I think that it's not mainstream because um, it's hard to have consumers or it's hard to have people that you can control if they know their identity. If you have an
Mm,
identity, it's hard to control you.
yes.
If you don't have an identity, I can tell you that these Fruit Loops are going to get you 20-inch biceps. And guess what? You're going to buy 10 boxes and you're going to buy two more on Sunday
That's true.
because you just go by what you hear
Exactly.
more so than what you have actually researched, et cetera, et cetera. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think that that's why it's not mainstream. Anybody else want to add to why they believe it's not mainstream? I mean, I think that it's pretty obvious, but I mean, I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be that guy. If not, we can move on to the next question, which is a good one. This
Hmm.
is a good one when it comes to spiritual health. This one right here might be the one that makes people hum. They're either going to say, hey, this is a good thing to talk about, or they're going to run for the fences. All right. Is it necessary? Is spiritual health necessary? This is a two-part question. Is spiritual health necessary? Is morality necessary? Is spiritual health necessary? Is morality necessary? Let's deal with the first part of the question. Is spiritual health necessary, or can I just live and go about my life? Fourth wall says it's necessary. Both are necessary. Fourth wall, why is morality necessary? Why can't I just live my life, do what makes me happy? Why can't I just do that?
So yes,
Go ahead,
spiritual
Ditchy.
health is necessary. Spiritual health is necessary,
Why?
right? It's necessary because, and I believe that it's necessary because it's a humble reminder that there's something bigger than yourself. That the earth
Mhm.
doesn't revolve around JT, it doesn't revolve around Coach Will
Oh my
or anybody
goodness.
specifically,
The world doesn't revolve around me. Why?
because we're just creations in a world, right? In a world where we have a creator. And I believe that spiritual health is necessary to understand that
Dang.
your innermost being needs sustenance. Just like our physical body needs sustenance, our innermost being needs sustenance, right?
Mm,
Um, I
got
think
you.
that
So
more. Okay.
so we need natural food. So you think that our inner parts or our spiritual or our spirit needs
Yes.
nutrients as well? Is that what you're trying
Yes.
to say?
Yes. They need
Okay.
their macros as well. Yes.
Hmm.
And I think
Wow. Hmm.
morality is essential or is important or is necessary because morality tells us what is right and what is wrong. So the reason that
Hmm.
you can't go out and do what you want to do is because morality tells us that rape is wrong, right?
Mm,
That stealing from somebody is wrong. That, just killing someone for no reason, just for the funds of it, is wrong, right?
wow.
Certain stuff is wrong. And the only reason we're able to have morality,
Hmm.
right, is the is because of God, right?
Mm,
Who
okay,
justifies what is right is wrong.
got it. I got a great question for you that just came
Mhm.
up. Let's see. Fourth wall says you can do whatever you want. You end up hurting yourself and hurting others. That's why you have to have morality. Okay, I got you. I got you on that one, brother. JJ Frederick says if you let me put it on the stage, if you didn't ever read scripture for whatever reason, could you still be a moral person? Go
Yes.
ahead with that one, Jack.
I think yes. I think that there are a lot of moral people in the world,
Hmm.
um who simply, maybe they don't believe in God, or maybe they simply don't read scripture. I mean, I see we have people who take care of orphans and widows, like the scripture suggests. We have people who are philanthropists who give millions of dollars to people who are in need and people who are less fortunate, like the scripture
Hmm.
suggests. We have people that have great manners that say good morning, this, that, and the third. So I do think that even someone who doesn't read the scriptures is able to still is able to still be a moral person, but that doesn't mean that their spiritual health will be intact. That's the
Mm,
caveat. So you can be a
okay.
moral person, but your
Hmm.
spiritual health still be in a decline.
Got
So
you.
that was a
Wow,
great
that's a
question,
great
JJ.
point. Yeah, that's a
JJ, that
great
was a
point.
great question.
Right, great point. Great point and great answer, JT. Because what you just said is you drew the distinction. Like
Hmm.
if you're a moral person, you're saying that your morality doesn't translate to good spiritual health. Now, you may be more spiritually healthy than someone that is immoral
Hmm.
or that doesn't care about morals, right? But
Yes.
what you're saying is it doesn't mean that you're going to feel connected and purposeful, correct? Is that what you're saying?
Yes. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Let me read a comment real quick. Spiritual health is necessary because without a healthy relationship with my creator, my life is meaningless. It would be a lonely place without him. I like it. Thank you for sharing it. I like that. R1 says, tell him, JT, tell him again, bro.
Appreciate it, R1.
Without morality, there would be anarchy. That's what that boy Fourth Wall said. You got a point there, bro. Morality is necessary for me because I want to please my creator by behaving as closely to his nature with others. It allows me to live in harmony with others. That's another thing about, I appreciate that comment. That's another thing about when it comes to morality or a moral code, right? When it comes to morality, if there is no creator, right, then why can't we just define morality ourselves?
You hit it right on the head.
You know what I'm saying? Like
You hit it right on the head.
if there is no one judging the morals or setting the morals to be judged or judge, having the morals put in place, why can't I just steal your car if I want to? If I think it's moral, why can't I just steal your car? What if my morality tells me that stealing a car is okay? I think that's where I think that's the problem where it comes to morality being something that you can pick and choose yourself. I think it becomes then where does it stop? Like where does morality stop? Like where does it start? Where does it end? Is it just how I feel, or is there a moral compass? And if there is a moral compass, how does it affect my spirituality? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, that is
Because
true.
a lot of people say we don't need nobody like JJ. I don't know if JJ's still here, but he had a good question. Um, if you have your moral or if you have morality without scripture, which is okay, I think there's moral people that are not religious, right?
Yes.
My question would be, well, why do we even need morality if we don't need someone to tell us? Why do we even need it? Like if there's no one that's enforcing it, why do we need it? Why not just make it up how we feel and kind of go, do as we would like? When it comes to Aleister Crowley said, "Do as thou wilt." Oh my goodness, do as thou wilt. Morality is necessary for me because I want to please my creator, behaving closely. Okay, I think I read that one. Okay. When it comes to morality, right? I always tell people, if you don't need morality, first and foremost, I think we understand right and wrong to a degree, because if we were to see something happen, let's say no one told us that, hurting somebody's bad, we would still have an emotional reaction to seeing somebody be hurt, especially an innocent person. So I think morality is written on our conscience, to be honest. I think before we ever read something that says do and don't, I think we also have it written on our hearts.
Oh, for
I
sure.
think, and then I think that what we may read confirms what's written on our hearts,
I
if you will.
agree.
You understand what I'm saying? That's what I think.
And I think that's why, in order for morality to be objective, there has to be a creator, because I believe as us being a part of his creation, that morality was instilled in us in our conscience. Because if you think about it,
Mm,
when kids are growing up, young kids, there's certain behaviors that they never were sat down and taught, yet they know it.
hmm.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like
Yes.
you have some cases where, like, mostly from most cases, right? You have a case where you don't sit down and teach a kid how to lie. Like, I don't see
Right.
anybody going through like a textbook course and teach it. This is how you lie, right? But
Yeah.
for some reason, a kid learns that behavior, right? And that's how you know that there's a sense of morality that's starting to be formed in their conscience at such a young age. So I agree with
So
you. I
you,
think it is written on our conscience.
so you're saying they're learning how to lie due to what?
They're learning because they're learning that there is such thing as right or wrong now,
Hmm.
because
Okay, I got you.
before you have consciousness, everything is just everything. But then as
Yeah.
you start to talk, you interact, you're like, whoa, this, like you said, that emotional, right? Like, when dad looks at you and he makes this face, like, okay, I'm doing something wrong, let me stop. Kind of like
Yeah.
that.
I get what
They're
you're saying.
starting to understand. Yeah, they're starting to
They're
understand.
starting to understand that there's a difference between right and wrong.
Yes, they're understanding the difference.
Got
Yeah,
you. Got you.
that's
Got you.
pretty cool too.
And then when it comes to kids too, us as parents, we have to have a moral code too in order to be able to further instruct them about things they don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
But they do start to know, like you just said,
Yeah,
you start to notice them doing something and then looking around to see if you watching them, because they kind of
exactly.
know, like, hey, I ain't never did this before. I don't know if it feels 100% right, but I'm gonna try it and see what I can get away with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, all right. Another question here. Last question. How do we obtain spiritual health? How do we obtain spiritual health, guys? How do we obtain it? I know there may be different answers, and that's okay. How do we obtain spiritual health? We've already, while you guys are thinking about it,
Hmm.
we've already talked about what spiritual health is. We've talked about how spiritual health and mental health differ from each other. We talked about why it's not mainstream or in the health mainstream. And then, is it necessary? We talked about, is it necessary? We talked about, is morality necessary? How do you obtain good spiritual health? Fourth Wall starting it out. He says spending time with God. I like it. I like it, especially if you believe in a God. I would believe that spending time with that God would definitely be helpful in order to obtain spiritual health. What do you think, Jack?
I think you ultimately obtain spiritual health, kind of to piggyback off of fourth wall. It's again, I'm gonna go on the basis of my Christian faith, right?
Okay.
Is spending time with the creator, whether that is in prayer, which is like a communication, a dialogue, right?
Uh-huh.
Whether that's reading the scripture so I can understand who this creator is that I'm trying to serve. I'm trying to understand it. I want to know, like, what are these decisions that were being made? Why did it play out like this? You know what I'm saying? Trying to understand why things happen. But I really think it's about spending time, dedicating time to it, right? Not just wearing it as a label, not just doing it because it's trendy, right? Everybody trying to be spiritual, new age beliefs and all the different type of stuff, but actually dedicating time to that, right? I think it's
Mm,
kind of like a marriage, like, right? Right, intimacy doesn't just start at night, right? When it comes to marriages, it starts in the morning, right, that conversation in the
yeah,
morning, helping making
that's good.
coffee, that hug, right, that kiss on the cheek before you leave for work, all that type of stuff. So I really think you get it from just spending that time, and again, I'm giving an example based off my Christian faith. I know there's different answers for other systems of beliefs as well.
Right. Okay. No, that's
Hmm.
good. That's good.
Yeah,
Monica says, I think we maintain spiritual health through relationships with God and with others. Example, marriage, parenting, etc.
that's true.
I like it.
Yeah, I agree with you, Monica. I'm big
I
on
like it,
fellowship.
Monica.
Yeah.
Now that makes a lot of sense. I think when we uh, invest in a relationship, I think, you know, the biggest relationship, if, by the way, if God is real, and I personally believe God is real,
Hmm. Hmm.
but if God is real, then that should be, when it comes to spiritual health, the number one relationship in the world, right?
Yes.
If God is real, and I believe he is, then that should be the number one relationship in the world. It should be more important than your relationship with your spouse, your relationship with your kids, if God is real. And I believe he is. That should be the number one relationship, because if there is a God, then my investment in the creator, by the way, I'm not talking about, you know, the investment that everyone else thinks that you should have. I'm talking about the personal one between you and your creator. I think that that has to be the top relationship. What do you guys think? I think it has to be. If it's real, it has to be up there in terms of your relationship. What do y'all think?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you on that, Coach Will. I think your relationship with your creator is the most important because if he in fact created me, he in fact created everyone else that I have relationships with. That includes my mom, my dad, my brother, my sister, my cousin, my spouse, and my children. Right?
Mm-hmm.
He's also the creator of them as well. So I think
Mm,
we have to be in right standing with the creator, right? And then the chain of command falls, as such.
got you, got you. Samuel Dean says same, good. Monica, what do you think? Do you think there has to be number one, or you know, can it be equal with other relationships? Does it need to be number one, or what do y'all think? Peter Dean says the same. So Peter Dean agrees. Um, wow, we unpack so much with purpose and spiritual health, man. Listen, we just kept rolling, rolling, rolling. I want to open up the floor for questions. If you guys have any questions, put a Q before your question, and we will do our best to interact with the question. If you have a question pertaining to these topics tonight, where we talked about purpose and where we talked about spiritual health, listen, I am a person who does, I'm a personal trainer. I do life coaching. I'm not selling anything. What I am trying to do is make physical health and mental health also include spiritual health to become a whole person. So I want to make spiritual health normal, right? In my sphere of influence, I want to make spiritual health normal because I know a lot of people need spiritual health, right? Because I know what it felt like when I didn't have none. Monica says, I think it has to be the central relationship. I like that, Monica.
Hmm.
Okay, there's a question for JT. Line your questions up, guys. Let's make it fun. Line them up, line them up. Here's the first question for JT. Check it out.
I would like to know details. What do you think of faith and hope?
Well, this came from our last conversation. So you want me to kind of tell you what he's saying?
Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
He was saying that he would rather have hope than faith.
Mm,
And one of the girls said that their faith gives them hope. So that's something that he's been wrestling with. So if you
okay.
have
No
any
problem.
light that you could shed to that, that would be helpful.
Well, they're definitely related, right? They're definitely related. I think that faith is more so though like a strong belief, right?
Hmm.
Like a strong belief, a strong trust in something, right? Even without tangible proof, right? That's faith, right?
Got you.
With even without tangible proof,
Hmm.
right? Um, and I think hope is more so like a feeling of expectation, right?
Mm,
Or like a feeling of expectation for something to happen.
got you.
So
Mm.
that's why I agree with the girl with her faith gives her hope, right? So
Yes.
even though she can't see God or has no like physical picture to show you of what God looks like, her
Right.
faith gives her the hope that you know what that something God is still working, God is still moving, He's still gonna make something happen in my life. He hears my prayers
Mm,
and stuff like that. So I do think they're related. I just think that how they're used are two different things.
got you.
So yeah,
Got you.
I hope
Got
that
you.
answered your question for the wolf.
Yeah, fourth wall. Hopefully that answered that question. Fourth wall says faith is like you have the confidence and hope, like you're not certain, but you remain
Positive?
I think so. I can't see it, something blocking it. It
Yeah.
remain positive. Okay. Faith is like having the confidence and hope is like you're not certain. I think well you answer that. You believe they kind of
What?
run parallel, right? Jack, faith and hope.
No, because parallel means kind of like the same, but like they
Can they run parallel? Well,
yes, they
remember,
they
parallel is not the same because parallel is one's here, but we're going the same way. We're not crossing each other. We're
crossing
going
each
the
other.
same way.
So yeah, they can run parallel because I feel like if you not to get all like schoolish, but even if you think in a literature like in a literature piece,
Hmm.
you could interchange the two and it wouldn't, you know what I'm saying? It just depends on the emotion that's trying to be invoked, right? Right. I feel faithful that the Dolphins are going to make it to the playoffs, right? I'm
Right.
hopeful that the Dolphins are going to make it to the playoffs, right? They
Yeah, that's
kind of
some
have
faith there,
like
boy.
that.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, that might be miracle, y'all. I don't know.
Yeah.
We're going from faith to miracle.
Yeah, so I think the two can almost be interchangeable for the wall as well.
Okay. Fourth wall, hopefully that answered your question. Monica says, I like the saying that we are spiritual beings having a human experience. I like that one too. Spiritual beings having a human experience. I like that. I totally like that. All right. Awesome. Awesome. Any more questions for us, guys? We've been rolling and rocking. We're at the top of the show here. We're a minute away from 2 hours. So I just want to know, do you got any more questions for us? It's Friday. It's been fun. It's been real. I just want to know any more questions. We definitely want to get together and do this again because this is what we like. So I don't see any questions. JT, do you want to say anything in closing? We're gonna wrap it up, family. If you guys have no more
Mhm.
questions, we're gonna wrap it up.
I,
And
I
let's see. Great.
Yeah, I
Hmm.
mean, I just wanted to give a big shout out to Fourth Wall, to Monica, to Raphael, Alexandra, Vanessa, Rayla, everybody who was being interactive in chat. It was awesome. They kept the flow of the show going, and I'm grateful.
Yes. Yes. Geez, what happened to? Oh, yeah, man. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Appreciate everybody coming through, talking with us. It's a Friday night. You could have been
Hmm.
anywhere, but you chose to be here talking with us. Purpose, spiritual health, etc., etc. Here's a question. Monica says, "I'm not going without a fight. Do you believe in an afterlife? Like, so you mean like, do I believe in like there being a heaven or a life beyond this? Personally, Monica, I do. I believe there is an afterlife. Um, Even before I became a person of faith, an afterlife makes sense to me natural as well. Because if you think about how short life is on Earth. It's very short, and some people's are a lot shorter than others. Um, it's very hard for me to wrap my mind around this just being it, and there being nothing beyond, especially if we have a spirit or a soul. I believe if the body, when the body goes, I still believe that the soul is still here. Not here like on earth, but the soul still goes somewhere else. And I thought that just from the simple fact that I think that life can be very short, and I don't think everyone gets the most out of life here.
Mm,
So I believe that there is a continuum after this. Yes, I do. I do. And then when I became a believer, that just further uh, explained it and made me understand what I was already kind of feeling.
makes
Um,
sense.
you know what I mean? What do you think, JT?
No, yeah, I think that there's definitely an afterlife. I mean, I definitely think there's a heaven, and um, I'm like, well, I didn't always think that even before my faith. I wasn't really concerned. I mean, I just felt like with, and, if I'm being transparent, Monica, I felt like without any direction from God, like I wasn't concerned if there was an afterlife or not. It's just like you
Right, you
get
just
these,
living.
yeah, you just get these about 75, 80 years. If you're lucky, at the time I was saying lucky, if you're lucky enough to even live that long, and then that's it. But now, as I've been learning and as I've been growing, I do understand that there's an afterlife where there's a heaven where being in the presence of God, and then there's a space where you're not in the presence of God.
Yeah, that's a great explanation. I always keep it general, only because, which I'm not telling you to. I always keep it general, um, because I try to pique the interest. But
Hmm.
you explained it perfectly. Like there's a space where you're either in God's presence, or there's a space where you're not. Um, so that would be. I think that's a great answer. I don't have nothing to answer. I don't have nothing to add to that. I think it's a great
That's,
answer.
that's my PR
Uh,
training.
yeah, yeah, you did it. You did that. I see fourth wall's comments, man. I see the fourth wall is a Bible believer. He believes that you'll either be asleep or you'll either be asleep or you'll be around to witness the second coming. Got you, got you. Monica, listen, I appreciate you. Hopefully, you can come back through and hang out with us sometime. We appreciate your input. We appreciate you just being on the growth process, man. Thank you for just being here. So listen, we're gonna close out. I appreciate you guys, Monica. We appreciate you, Jot, JT. I appreciate you, Fourth Wall. I appreciate you, everyone that came through. Samuel Dean, even you, bro. We appreciate you. R1, everybody, JJ Frederick. We appreciate all you guys. Thank you for coming through to talk about the topic. And remember, no matter what you're going through, no matter how your week was, no matter how you're feeling right now, you owe yourself to keep getting better. So if you're new, subscribe. Thank you for liking the stream. But remember, tell yourself, let's go, let's grow. I appreciate all you guys. I see you on the next stream. This was a success. Much love. Grow Gang. Out.
Sir.